On the front of the COVID-19 squabble, the U.S. has insisted it would hold China accountable, but China says it would never accept what its foreign ministry said, the groundless accusations and wanton denigration on the so-called epidemic cover-up by the U.S. side. It reiterated on Monday that China first reported the epidemic to the World Health Organization, released key information such as the genome sequence of the novel coronavirus and the diagnosis, treatment, and prevention plan. And the Chinese side also began to inform the U.S. about the situation at the very beginning of 2020. And from that on, two sides have maintained close communication. And China believes the U.S. side is well aware of this. Regarding the joint study by the WHO in China, China says the conclusion have been reached through repeated research in a science-based way. And having said that, the foreign ministry referred to the visits in Wuhan were all made at the request of the joint mission, and the Chinese side also presented item by item raw data of the particular concern. And it said the WHO and the international experts gave positive comments on the joint research, stressing a level of openness they hadn't anticipated. And the spokesperson also questioned when will the U.S. be as open and transparent as China on the origin tracing issues. And for more on a wider global study, let's hear what a top Chinese health expert has to say.
我觉得数学方面，我认为大家更应该开放。
In terms of traceability, I think we should be more open. We can't restrict our search to Wuhan or China. We should include the whole world, even the Antarctic and the Arctic. Origin tracing is now an open scientific question, and we can't limit our attention to one particular place. It seems that we need to open our minds to think about the origin of the virus. It's possible that even after all this effort, we may not find the source of this virus, but suddenly there will be another coronavirus that is very similar to it. This is a very real possibility.
Now, Jiaxin, you've been speaking to residents in Wuhan, and these are the people who went through some of the worst of the epidemic in China. How are they reacting to the report?
Yes, here in Wuhan, people I spoke with in the day said they felt quite great and relieved about the findings by the joint team, as they, at the height of the epidemic, had to fight the virus while undergone the discrimination over the so-called Wuhan virus. And one Wuhan lady who worked in London said she was kind of scared when hearing reports about of attacks against Asians, particularly Chinese at the time. And she believes the research report could help explain the outbreak things. And another Wuhan people say politics play a role when it comes to different countries. But the WHO at the top health agency should face the matter objectively and fairly. And people need to trust an authority and trust the data they provide. But I guess the world is watching WHO's next steps in reconstructing a more integrated database in its origin tracing endeavor. And WHO chief also held the very important beginning of this, adding the WHO must continue to follow the science by all possible means.
All right, thank you so much, reporter Zhou Jiaxin, live for us in Wuhan.